You have a question? Oh, yes, I have an answer. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on this video. This is another episode of Ask James. Let's get to our email. Hello, James. I have been a nurse for nearly 4 years. I am considering getting a job on the side as a phone sex operator. I've thought about how this could jeopardize my career. However, if I'm not hurting anyone, what is the big deal? I would really appreciate your input. Okay, now this is kind of tricky because, yes, in a perfect world, you should be able to do whatever it is that you want to do. But we all know that this world's not perfect. Now, being a nurse, that's kind of a situation where you're basically you're a public figure is kind of what you are, and it's kind of that thing. When I used to work for the phone company years ago, one of the first things they actually tell you is you're kind of always on the clock. That's how they felt. You know what I mean? That was their feelings about their employees. Anytime somebody knew that you were an employee of theirs, you're on the clock. That's just like a postal worker. No matter when, where, or how you see them, if they have that uniform on, they are working, even if they're not on the clock. They're always representing that company. And I have seen people literally lose their jobs from some conduct that they actually had during times of just being in the public. And not actually at work, and you actually sign contracts and stuff like that, and they really will hold you to that. Now, with all that being said, in the world of being a phone sex operator, you're given like an alias and that kind of thing. So it's kind of, you could take the chance of it because, of course, you're not jumping online and saying, this is my real name, this is what I do, this kind of thing like that. You could always take that chance, but just keep in mind there's always haters on board. There are always haters on board who would love nothing more than to create drama and confusion in your world. So really and truly, you would have to, you have to figure out, is it worth it? In the long term of things, you're not saying in this email that you actually have any money problems or anything like that. I just kind of don't feel like it's worth it. And to be a nurse, you've done a lot of schooling. You've done a lot of work. You've done put a lot of time into your career to lose it on something like this. This is something that you could pursue this when you're done. You know what I mean? You can still, of course, you'll still be sexy and still feel, you'll still feel that oomph in your crawl when you're of an age where you don't have to work anymore. And then you can kind of do it. And I know it's kind of hard to say putting off something that you want to do that long until you're actually retired or moved on from that business. But again, at the end of the day, you've done a lot to get where you are. Is it really worth it to you to risk it like that? Because all it would take is one hater to be in your business and decide to take that business to your job and bring you a whole lot of drama that you really don't need. So I would say, not right now. Not right now. Not right now. I wouldn't chance it right now. Because again, the haters are always lurking. always lurking. So that's what I have to say on that. Thank you so much for writing in. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you soon. You have something you need to get off your chest or something you need some help with? I'll give it my best shot. Send me an email to spillitboy@gmail.com, and in the title line, you want to put Hey James to make sure that I actually see it. If you don't put Hey James in the subject line, I'm not going to see it. It's going to continue to be an issue. So send me an email and we'll talk about it later.